Previously on Follow the Leader.
Today we're playing This Town is Full of Monsters by Alex Samoylov. For those of you who are new to this game, here are the basics. This Town is Full of Monsters is a storytelling/role-playing game set in a smallish community beset by mysterious eldritch forces. There's always a town, there are always townsfolk, and somewhere, everywhere, perhaps in their hearts and minds, perhaps in the swamp or the woods, there are monsters, mysteries, and secrets.
So the town that we're going to be playing in is a little space portal town known as Concertus. It has a couple of locales that we have sussed out where major things happen. We have the fairgrounds, we have the space portal itself, sort of think like a Stargate sort of area. We have Metis and Nemesine, which is a shop belonging to one of the characters. We have the Monkey's Uncle, which is the local dive bar, the outskirts of town, and an area called the Gutted Plains outside the town.
Today I will be playing Vi Dumarche. They use no pronouns. You'll notice that I said they here. That's because I am playing two versions of Vi Dumarche today. Because if you will remember a few arcs back, Vi got, shattered? Sure, we'll call it that. Fragments of Vi exist across time now. So I am playing two versions of Vi. Neither version of Vi uses pronouns, but I may, if I'm speaking collectively about the Vi's, I will probably use they pronouns. It's they plural. Vi's profession is free, as in freedom, for the shadow version of Vi, and whatever the opposite of a soothsayer is for the living version of Vi.
I am once again playing Nezami Kazel. Uses any pronouns. Faye Fair should be on the list of pronouns occasionally used. Profession is information broker / bookseller, because there are some things that can't be trusted to the digital. There is security in the physical.
I'm playing Sabriel Cohen. His profession is activist, leader, and scholar.
As you have probably guessed, I'll be playing Galador Inderwall. Blade's pronouns are Blade self pronouns. Blade's profession is weapon. And Julian, smiles back, and, it does look genuine as well, but I think this is where they take the opportunity, since Nezumi appears to be receptive, they take the opportunity to kind of launch into a little bit of the spiel about, everything's going to come to an end. And this is a good thing. I'm just paraphrasing because I can't come up with really flowery ways to put this, but,
Sure.
It's a great thing.
Abstracting is valid, so.
Yeah. It's a great thing that, everything ends, because that means that everything can be together as one, and, here's, if this is interesting to you, here's where you can go. We can talk at more length, that kind of thing. Somehow slips a piece of literature into whatever they're helping with.
Mm-hmm. I'll bear that in mind. Thank you. They very much don't give their name to this kid.
Mm-hmm.
Nezumi's distinctive enough looking as it is, and they do dress to sort of hide that eye, the sweep of hair worn forward. So,
Cool.
Yeah, I like it. Just sort of like that, walking away with that information. Fairly certain, this is not quite the vibe, but also to be aware of these people.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and it's gonna maybe then just see if in this literature, if Terminus is just based around here and how long they have been here and all of that sort of vibe. who's trying to suss out. I, Jade, already have an idea brewing, and now Nezumi's just got to get to the same point, justified within canon. So,
Yeah, I feel that.
Sounds good.
We now return to your game already in progress.
back to Sam.
Oh god, back to me again. Alright. We've got some interesting things going on. I think that I don't have an oracle deck, unfortunately.
I'll pull one for you if you like.
Fuck yeah, let's do it. Pull me an oracle.
Okay. Sam, say when.
Now. Sorry, when.
I pulled fear.
Cool! Cool. So fear.
I'm just dropping the picture of the text.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Awesome.
I love Alley-Mans.
This is cool as fuck. Okay. I can think of something that this could be, but I also don't know.
Could do a dream sequence. You could be getting high.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking is the Sabriel getting high.
There is a character experiences a notable dream hallucinational vision.
Is that it?
Oh, great. So, I gotta retake the fucking content warning.
Oh,
We said
no.
drug
That's
use
fine.
/ abuse.
I specifically said mentioned, not necessarily in play.
We don't have to make it Sabriel getting high. He could also be having a fucked up, shitty nightmare.
We can always make it's not clear to the audience, like whether this is a dream or a hallucination caused by something. And keep it purposely vague. And that way it's still like an off-screen thing happen, because they're not seeing them actively doing something. This is the fallout from it.
Yeah. I like that idea. Where it's just sort of vague how it came to be, but all we know is that Sabriel's having a bad time. So what this is we start with a shot of Sabriel, like, sleeping sort of unsoundly. He's tossing and turning, he's having a bad time, and then we see a number of things in quick succession. We see a man burning against a window. We see Sabriel's hands wreathed in flame as buildings collapse around him. He is standing on a pillar that is crumbling from beneath him. There is hope, a light, perhaps, but when he reaches out to take this light, the whole pillar he stands on collapses and he falls into darkness. At which point he wakes up, breathing heavily, looking around, eyes wide, sweat dripping down his face. For Galador, who is... what? How is Galador right now? Is Galador sleeping? Keeping watch?
Probably keeping watch, back to Sabriel.
Sabriel reaches out, wrapping his arms around Galador's midsection and just resting his head against Galador's back.
I think Galador is silent for a few moments, and then Blade says, "I'm not leaving."
Muffled, "You'd better not. Not again." Sabriel's shaking quite a bit.
I don't know that Galador says anything else.
I don't know that Sabriel does either. I think Sabriel might fall back asleep, pressing his face against Galador's back.
Mm-hmm.
So slowly his arms go slack from where they were clutched tightly in Galador's shirt. And the scene fades.
Sounds good.
Whose turn is it?
You need to give a marker.
A marker. I think this feels very much like a motif. Sorry, do we give markers to motifs when we use them?
No.
No.
They
No.
grant extra markers
They
when
grant-
you use them.
Extra markers to use for something else. See.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I put a mark on a motif at one point. I think I should have just given it to Nezmi. Or to Vi, rather.
I think Mac's been keeping track of their markers, so it should
Okay.
be okay.
I have.
Cool. So, yeah. The lies we tell, the truths we keep silent is the sort of motif that I'm... I guess it wasn't so much a lie as mostly just the truths we keep silent part.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's still, I think it still counts.
yeah. So I'm gonna give one of those
Absolutely.
markers to Galador, just for being there. And I think
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give... I don't know where to give the other marker to.
While you're thinking about that, I'm actually going to transmute one of my markers
Ooh.
and grant Galador the tag immovable object.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
I have markers that I could be transmuting as well.
Yes.
Yeah, if you have an idea for a tag, you can do that at any time.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
obviously don't interrupt somebody's scene to do it, but that's what they're there for.
Yeah, they're there to like declare something that's true about whatever the tag is attached to. So if you think that something has changed and should be declared true about Sabriel, then go ahead and do that.
I'm gonna transmute one of my markers into a tag that is anchored ship in a windy storm.
That's good.
I haven't given my second marker though for this scene. I don't know. I mean, can I just give two to Galador?
You can. Nothing
Yeah.
stops you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know that that's helpful. Like, in
You can
the
also
grand
just throw it out anywhere.
There's no benefit. The benefits to tags and markers is just like
Narrative.
helping to define the world.
Okay.
It's not like Fiasco where you're giving dice in order to come to a conclusion.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, they're
Like,
not a resource in that way.
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
It's just defining things about the world as you uncover more of it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have realized something about how the core mechanic of this game works,
Mhm.
Alex. So boy love, you are a genius.
Cool.
I think my next scene is going to be an everybody scene.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Because I imagine Sabriel is not letting Galador out of his sight.
No, he is not.
And I am going to be visiting with Nezmi and Vi.
Hell yeah. And I'm tagging along
Cool.
because, not letting you go.
Yep.
Sad. Boy? Is boy the acceptable
Yeah.
word for Sabriel?
Yeah.
Sad boy.
Our poor little Meow Meow, as we named an episode.
Oh my god.
Fuck!
Yeah. It was a lot.
God damn it.
Did you listen to those episodes?
No.
It's okay. I haven't listened to the arcs that I'm not in either. For reasons of, I don't want Sabriel to know about any of it.
Fair.
That's valid, actually. I mean,
Yeah.
any reason that you have for not listening to an arc is valid. I'm not.
But yeah, no, I've intentionally kept myself away from as much information as possible so that, like, Sabriel can learn it on camera, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And it's playing out great.
It's great.
It's good
working.
shit.
He's so confused. He's like,
It's working in your face. Oh, shit.
what was that?
The waking up at 6:30 in the morning is starting to hit me.
Yeah, I woke up like 20 minutes before I was supposed to be here, and so it's hitting me differently, but same hat
Mhm.
of bad sleep schedules.
Yeah. We'll do one more round and we'll try to make it quick.
Hell
and then
yeah.
we can wrap up. So yeah, this is Galador. I think that Blade gives does the equivalent of giving Nezumi a call, maybe sending a quick like I am, space I am or something like that, letting Fair know that we're coming. So that way it's not an unexpected visit, maybe it's something where it's like right after the shop closes, so that way there's no onlookers, but so we arrive and Galador kind of is looking around for the deeper shadow to make sure Vi is there.
Yeah, I think the visual of this is there is a small work light on over the desk, and Nezumi is working on a book. But that's the only light on. So.
Oh, can I add a detail?
Mm-hmm.
I think Sabriel shows up wearing... Galador's got an eye patch, right?
Yes.
Does Galador have more than one eye patch kicking around?
Wait, I was waiting for this.
Galador can very quickly and somewhat sloppily put together an eye patch for Sabriel, since one of Blade's hobbies is working with needle and thread.
Hell yeah. Love it. Because I think that Sabriel has realized that going into a space with Vi without some sort of protection from possibly going mad from looking at Vi for too long with the spooky second sight is a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Sabriel is very smart.
Occasionally.
When it matters.
Can Shadow Vi interact with physical things?
I think now Vi can.
Cool. I just like the visual of Vi being the one to open the door.
Oh, yeah. Vi can do that now. I think before Vi couldn't do that.
Right. Dig it.
Love it. I think Sabriel's just like holding on to some of Galador's clothing somewhere and is just sort of quietly gazing around.
Will say, I think the wards that Nezumi has definitely keeps a bunch of stuff out, or like, I use the visual of a Faraday cage a lot, but I really like it, and that's some of the wards. It's like, it's not trying to stop things, it's just gently sending them around. So, I think maybe it would feel almost like that way the ears pop on a plane, like there's that shift in pressure for Sabriel, and it probably feels a little easier to be in this space.
Like, the first time you can really take a full deep breath after, like, walking in from the heat.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that.
I think Galador just kind of nods in Nezumi's direction and looks where Blade thinks Vi is. And Mac, it's up to you whether Vi's actually there or not. And says, I saw another Vi. Different from you.
Different? The voice is coming from the other side of the room. Vi was there. It's funnier if Vi stopped being there and is now in a different place.
Mm-hmm.
Galador had it right, but Vi moved to be a little shit.
Yeah. Blade looks where, Vi's voice came from fully aware that Vi might not even be there because Vi can make sounds wherever, but Blade says, embodied.
Oh, I see. Yes, we know.
Do you know why?
I thought you were talking about a different me, not a fragment of me.
Is there a meaningful distinction between the two? Can Sabriel hear this? Is this out loud, or is this Galador brain? So basically what I'm really asking is, does this whole conversation sound like it's underwater, half of it, or can Sabriel hear it clearly?
No, yes, it's funnier if it sounds like it's underwater for half of it. The viewer can hear it normally, though, because there's no point otherwise.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
I do think Galador, relays this to Sabriel. I think Blade picks up on the fact that Sabriel can't hear Vi at this point.
Yeah, or that Sabriel's trying to hear Vi really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Sabriel's response is, is there a meaningful difference between a copy or a fragment?
Oh, not a copy. Let me try and distill it down for your very small brain.
Can Sabriel hear this now?
Yes.
Or does it still sound like it's underwater? Because that would be really funny. It's like,
no, Sabriel can hear that. No, Sabriel can hear that. Vi is now speaking directly to him.
Polite of you to make your presence known.
I was shattered into pieces that I have only just begun to reconstruct. But I am sure that somewhere not here, there exists another version of me that was not shattered.
See.
So the question then becomes, is it me? Or did you see the part of me that exists in this town? Or did you see another me that is distinct from the whole that I once was? And if you're speaking about the Secret Keeper, that's me. That's actually me.
I suppose, yes, that this was the...
Yes. We know. We know about the Secret Keeper. And the we here is referring to Vi and Nesme.
Oh, Sabriel pulls out the little vial from his pocket and hands it to Galador and makes a little gesture for Galador to do something about that.
Galador, glances at it, glances at where Vi's voice is coming from, and removes the stopper and offers the vial and says, "You left this. Would you like it back?"
I don't have any hands. I can't take that. Completely ignoring the fact that Vi just opened the door for them.
Yeah.
No, Vi doesn't want or need that back. That's residue. That's nothing.
Do they say that, or do they just not say anything?
No, Vi says the thing about not having hands.
Oh, okay.
Galador just shrugs, puts the stopper back on the vial, and hands it back to Sabriel.
Sabriel shrugs and puts it back in his pocket.
What are the ramifications of introducing the two of you?
Well, it's very possible I'll get my body back.
That sounds very exciting.
I'll get my body back, and that one will get our memories.
It sounds like a winning situation all around. What's stopping you?
Oh, no, you know what? I don't think it matters. How long has it been since Nesme had the interaction with the Terminus?
Couple of days, maybe, if that.
Okay. Did Faye say anything about it to Vi? Specifically defining Terminus.
Vi knew that Nesme was looking to cross paths with them intentionally. And I think, yeah, no, if they would have said, like, yeah, no, I spoke to one of them and like, sort of laid out what happened, because they've been poring over the literature.
Right. Okay.
That's what they're working on. They're transcribing the Terminus bullshit into this book.
Okay. No, that's fine. I'm not gonna flip a coin, because I think that this is a good thing to have happen, which is that Vi just says in response to what's stopping you, Vi just says, Terminus. The very existence thereof.
I'm not familiar.
They're a local cult.
Fun.
And because we're playing characters who are extremely morally questionable, I think Galador says, what's stopping you from eliminating them?
Sabriel gives, like points at Galador and gives a little, like, got a point kind of look, but, like, no words.
There is, like, a moment where the space where Vi is freezes. Y'all, are we assuming that Galador and Sabriel know about Terminus?
Well, Sabriel doesn't, but Galador
No.
might.
No,
I don't
they
think
don't, okay.
Galador hasn't been here long enough. Is Terminus localized, or, and we can cut this out if you prefer, sorry, go ahead.
I think they're entirely based here. There is something about this town and this portal that this group was started here.
Okay. In which case, I don't think Galador's been around long enough to hear of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Same.
So, okay, that was more of just a context thing for me, because I was like, there is a moment where the space where Vi is in all likelihood existing at this moment just, like, actually pauses for a second, like, it stills, and Vi is like, objectively nothing. But I was told a secret that makes me inclined to avoid them, let's say. Avoid drawing their notice at all costs. If I find myself and we return, we will become as we were in prison, which is after we were meant to have expired. To put it delicately, with like a side glance at Sabriel. Vaya's making very snap judgments here. Sorry, Vaya's just like this.
Sabriel seems very interested in this, and Nezumi knows why.
In the fact that Vi would be not living.
Yeah.
But also not dead. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. By the way, this is the first time that Nezumi is hearing about Terminus telling Vaya's secret.
Yeah. Just sort of like looks up. To clarify, I assume Vi is talking about living Vi in Vi's role as secret keeper, taker, holder, as opposed to this aspect. Or is Vi not making a distinction? Okay, cool.
Vi is not making a distinction. And so Vi continues on to say, we are antithesis in our completed form to everything that Terminus stands for, and we are known amongst the cogs. It would become very obvious if something were to happen to us, and the risk that extends that, well, they can't kill me again. But they could fracture me again, and that would be worse. There's only so many times you can break glass before it becomes too fine to put back together. There's only so many times you can shatter a mirror before you can no longer see your reflection in it anymore. And I don't have that kind of time.
See. Sabriel's brain is thinking many, many things right now, and he's not going to share any of them.
No, of course not. I wouldn't expect them to.
How much do they know about you? Or do they know about an abstract?
They know more than I did. They know things I didn't.
Would this information be stored somewhere, or is it simply in their head?
No, you can't. It's Vi actually stumbles over words, which is weird. No, it's not recorded.
Since I suspect I will owe someone in this room very soon, I would like to preemptively offer an extra set of hands if you think an extra set of hands would be useful.
We'll see.
And, since I'm not letting Blade out of my sight, suppose you have a second extra. That's yours. You can see that Sabriel's kind of, like, peeking through the side of the eye patch that is new a little bit, trying to catch, like, a glimpse without getting hit too hard by it.
There is a flash of something catching the light that draws, and a knife just goes flying across the room to embed in the wall next to them. Definitely not intending to hit,
But
to be clear. Because if it was an attempt to hit, one, Galador probably would have stopped it, but two, it would hit you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's entirely being done as, it's the equivalent of like doing a finger snap to try and get somebody's attention. And Nezumi is just glaring at Sabriel.
Sabriel, teeth clenched.
Just like, how many times do you have to be told?
I'm naturally curious.
You're naturally something. Don't be a fucking idiot.
I've been told that I'm that as well.
Is it the first time any of us have sworn this entire game?
This game, maybe, I think so.
In character?
Yeah. In character. Yes.
Yeah.
Damn, we love a precision F strike in this house.
Hell yeah. But yeah, Sabriel's entire response to that is to shrug and go, I've been told this before.
Many times.
Well, maybe for once you could actually listen.
Not particularly good at that.
Whatever you have going on, and I will do the gesture, the now known gesture of part of you being outside of you at all times. Do you want to have something happen to you like Vi has gone through? Because there's every chance you could.
Simply by looking.
Are you familiar with the word disassociation? You could literally sever a part of yourself.
Intimately. I've witnessed the results of something similar. Do you understand why I might want to learn more about gestures to the same? Does the gesture? He's like, has it not occurred to you that perhaps I am looking with an intent to learn and avoid?
Hey, hey, August, do you remember what I called Sabriel in the chess metaphor?
Sabriel was the bishop.
That doesn't hit as hard as I want it to. There is a pressure just at the base of Sabriel's throat. And Vi says, I am not to be known, little compass. I am not to be seen, I am not to be understood. You can catch as many glimpses as you like. You may sate your curiosity. I cannot guarantee how well that will turn out for you.
That seems very lonely.
Suits me just fine.
I think you hear just over at the table, like another blade just being slammed down into the desktop, into like the.
All right, Sabriel's gonna raise his hands and be like, "I can tell when I've overstepped. Eventually."
The pressure releases.
He may or may not be like scooting ever closer to Galador. How is Galador feeling about this, by the way?
I think Galador does, like, take a step in front of Sabriel and say, "Thank you for answering our questions. As I said, you have hands, though you do not have a body. Bishops and knights can move in interesting ways, and I do not wish to owe a debt when the time comes." And I think with that, like, Galador just makes, like, a little, I don't know if it's, like, a slight bow or a slight wave, but Blade, you know, it's very clearly an "I'm taking my leave." And Blade, like, hooks an arm through one of Sabriel's, and, like, Sabriel does not have a choice, they're leaving.
Sabriel leaves with him, with Blade, like, willingly. Sabriel's like, alright.
And I think that scene.
Fucking incredible. Good lord, Sabriel, how much further can you put your foot in your mouth?
I mean, eventually you're gonna hit knee.
Markers. What you dishing out, August?
What a scene.
Yeah.
What a fucking scene, yeah, right?
So I want to give the bookshop a marker.
Oh, thank you.
Because I think that some interesting shit is going down there. And I think we definitely pinged at least one motif, because we were talking about fractures, we were talking about the lies we tell, the truths we keep silent. Shadows definitely played a part in this, so for the second marker, I feel like we learned something about Vi, so Vi deserves that marker.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna immediately transmute it.
That's what I figured you were gonna do.
I mean, it's similar to an existing tag already, but I keep taking things that I say and making them tags.
That's
Yeah,
the
but
best way
that's
to do
good.
it.
I am not to be known, I am not to be seen, I am not to be understood. Vi really is projecting in the same way where I am like, please do not perceive me.
And just, like, out of character, I want to make it clear that Galador is basically offering services in exchange for whatever Nezumi is gonna do for Sabriel.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Whereas Sabriel's just like, I gotta get to know this weird Vi person. Like, what if Vi's got help for me or for Lane, who is probably still kicking around in the astral plane?
Absolutely not. No, Vi is absolutely 100% after Vi's own self-interests and Cordelia's slightly more.
God, that's so valid. Sabriel is not gonna hear that for a while.
No.
Sabriel, dumb. That's not true. Sabriel's very smart. Sabriel chooses not to hear things when it doesn't match his worldview or goals.
Yeah, I think
Sabriel
like
sucks.
it's also like I've made the comparison before, but it's very like Enjolras. It's like Sabriel has a purpose, and anything that doesn't fit that, he either ignores or he's going to make it part of his purpose. Like it makes him incredibly good at what he does, and makes him fucking abhorrent in most other ways.
Yes, it does. It makes him a very interesting character to play.
Absolutely, I'll bet.
So, 2 more scenes and then
Then we're done. Yeah, and then we can call it.
we save the world state.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Jade, do you have an idea of what you want to do first?
I know I want Nezumi to talk to Living Vi, because I want to...
We should do that first.
Okay.
Because I don't know what I'm going to do, and 2, if I don't think of anything else, I'm going to reunite the Vi's. And we should keep them separate if you want to talk to Living Vi first.
Yeah, to be clear, again, behind the curtain, Nezumi's idea is to, because fair of the opinion that just having the two Vi's in the same place will make the reunification happen. Nezumi wants to get both fragments of Vi to go through the portal together at the same time.
Okay.
Because that's... Faye thinks that's what's gonna do it. Like, the act of transportation and transformation, that they might come out the other side together as a single entity.
Okay, that works for me.
I'm not saying fair right, but I like it as a way. Also, it means, like, it might impact the town. It means they're away from Terminus. And it also gives us leeway to be somewhere different.
That's a good point.
May I also, again, behind the curtain, suggest that when the reunification happens, like, this is a trigger for Terminus to try to chase us as an optional thread for the movie?
Hell yeah. Absolutely. Because obviously, if this worked, because we know that it didn't fix anything about Sabriel, but also those parts aren't separate either. Like, it's the difference between being fractured and being in two pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the question, I suppose, Mike, is does Living Vi come to the shop?
Yes.
Cool. Is Shadow Vi just elsewhere? Or listening in? But could it absolutely be like...
Shadow Vi can't be here because my idea for how the Vi's were gonna reunify was much simpler than yours, and I think it's still true. So Shadow Vi can't be here.
Yeah.
Shadow Vi's spying on Galador for a little bit. Fuck it.
Nice.
Galador probably knows, but...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what, I think, like, because I think Vi picks up on the fact that Nezumi is pissed. Because if I had said, like, yeah, no, this is why I don't want you fucking around Terminus. So, yeah.
Oh.
To be clear, I don't think Faye would say as such. But I think Vi knows Nezumi well enough to go, oh, there's a vibe here. I should not be here for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's just something, it's one of those things where if Cordelia were there to be an intermediary, it wouldn't have happened. I think that's possibly also where the tension is.
Yeah.
Because they're both feeling that absence.
Yeah. I want to be clear timing-wise, Vi didn't find it out about what Terminus knew until after Nezumi had met Julian.
Okay. That is useful to know. But then maybe it's just
that's why I was asking. That's why I was asking for your timing there.
Gotcha. Maybe it's just something about how that whole thing went down, though, and like
Vi still should have said something, but like
if that meeting had happened a couple of days pre, just like what you've known this whole time, and also I feel like we said, like if Living Vi is the opposite of Nezumi, and what Nezumi is now, and just to hear from somebody that they're not prepared to examine exactly, just like, no, I can't be known, I can't be seen, nobody does, and then just like, oh, okay, so I don't matter. Cool.
Yeah, no, yeah, 100%. I knew that was gonna hit too.
Yeah. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no, I knew what I listen, I knew what I was saying.
I know
this is gonna have lasting consequences.
Uh-huh.
So I will make this my scene then if you want to do the reunification for your scene.
Sure.
I mean, I guess the lines are so blurry here that it doesn't matter.
Word.
But I wanna set these details because I want what I want is that Vi comes like into the bookshop, and when Nezumi looks up, Nezumi sees a face that he recognizes from a dream. Because I think I told you, Jade.
Yeah.
That Nezumi is the only person that has a clear sense of what Vi looks like from before. Because...
But doesn't know that it's necessarily...
But doesn't know. But because Faye dreamt of Vi a long time ago.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
Yeah.
I'm also remembering our plotting about what the connection between Vi and Nezumi is.
Yeah.
And the history there, and whether that dream is not a dream but is a memory of somebody else's memory that now Nezumi has.
Yeah.
It's good shit.
And I also love this in direct contrast to what the Shadow Vi said about I am not to be known, I am not to be seen, because you know this person and you see them. Yeah. So that's fun.
Dope as hell. Trying to think what his reaction is in this moment.
Vi's reaction is to say, I wasn't quite expecting an invitation, but color me intrigued.
I like to make connections. And there is this loaded silence for a moment as Nezumi is making connections very, very quickly in their head right now. And their right eye starts to weep ink. Because I think this is what happens, it's lots of stuff rushing together very quickly.
Yeah.
And I do think that there was a law that pertains to Vi's situation.
Yes. That's good.
If a child's wish, all fairy tales are based on rules and laws. So, and just, I think it's things firing together, and Nezumi just I think actually the ink just sort of drops down onto the paper that he was working on, and it's just well, that's irritating. Sort of blots it, and then wipes at their face with the heel of their hand. Now you're here, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do.
We could start with an introduction and go from there. I know you.
But you don't know who I am.
But I don't think I know your name.
Yeah. Nezumi. Nezumi Cassell.
Vi, but you knew that.
Yeah, I did. It's, I've never seen you like this. It's a lot to take in.
I can see that.
I'm feeling a little hypocritical right now, I have to say. It's not a feeling I particularly enjoy. Though that's not your fault. Do you know that a piece of you is here? You know that you're a piece, a fragment, right?
Yes. I can recognize myself even from across a dim bar. I know that I am the largest fragment, but I'm not the one who knows everything.
No.
We all had something missing, you see, when we broke. Each piece of us got a part. You have the part that has the memories.
Do you want to know?
I don't think it has anything to do with what I want.
I think it has everything to do with what you want.
Yes, but do I want to know? I could take or leave, but I recognize the fact that we are not whole. And that's the more important thing. I know even if I don't remember. I know you. I knew, to some extent, Galador. I know that there is someone who should be standing at your right who is not there. And I miss her too.
How is it so easy for you just to say that?
Because I don't have the weight of memory bearing me down.
No, I don't suppose you do.
But I should. Even if it brings Terminus onto my ass.
Are you prepared to leave the circlage?
As of now, yes. If we wait any longer, maybe not.
Alright.
Have to do it quick. You know?
Yes, I know. I have an idea. I don't know if it'll work, but at least the pieces would be together. To paraphrase, if you have two shards of a mirror, you might not have a whole piece, but at least you should be able to see something pretty clearly, even if the pieces are just next to each other.
I think once we're together again, the rest of it will come back. Gravitational pull, etc., etc. It's kind of how it works.
That's part of why I think the portal will work.
The portal.
The act of being transported, moved through by something. I don't know what the portal is, but then I don't know what you are. So... kin, maybe?
This is a perfect opening for me, thank you.
You're welcome.
Vi steps forward and rests a hand on Nezumi's shoulder, and it is warm. And Vi says, "You don't know what I am, but you do know me better than anyone else. So remember that."
I think there's an expression on Nezumi's face, which is part like, hell yeah, I know the thing. Behold, me and my knowledge. Actually, yeah, this is where I'm gonna... because it was a tag I was considering anyway, but didn't use. But now I'm betting on knowledge is power.
Yeah.
Because this is sort of like proving it. But yeah, as well as that, there is, again, that... I suppose it is like sadness, because Nezumi deep down knows that they shouldn't be the one that knows Vi the best. And that they shouldn't be the only one.
There we go. Okay.
They shouldn't be like the sole person with that information.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in the same way that Living Vi is this secret keeper, but the act of being a broker, but also I think this is probably a side effect of the information and the knowledge and the way that Nezumi put a little of herself scattered out through tomes and tomes and tomes, is that desire to share information. Because, like, hoarding knowledge isn't what makes you powerful. It's how you use knowledge. It's a tool in that regard. It's not necessarily a resource. So...
yes. Well, yeah, and, like, Vi uses knowledge, but not in the same way.
yeah.
Narrative foils, etc., etc.
Etc., etc. Right. As I say, last thing I said was, you know more about me than I do. Well, maybe we can rectify that a little. I should make an introduction for you. I'd like that to be seen.
That works for me.
So, hey.
Man, I
next
forgot
thing.
the world existed for a second there. Damn!
What's up?
Ugh.
Tabletop games good. Actually.
Tabletop game is good. Like, we got 2/3 of the way through the scene, and I was like, oh, wait a second, this isn't just a 2-player game that Jade and I are playing. Like, there are other people here. Guys are just so quiet that whole time that I
'cause
forgot you were here.
We were just, like, enraptured by your fucking roleplay.
But yeah, so next scene, I think, is let's all go to the Portal Terminal Authority and duck some guards.
I am giving you a marker. I am giving the bookshop a marker for hitting the marks we leave on others.
Mm.
We could probably count that as a bitter reunion, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh.
Let's do the portal scene, and then we can.
Yeah. I'm gonna transmute a marker and add. Is this the word I want? I am going to use this word because I think it's kind of. I'm going to use consecrated. Well, either consecrated or hallowed. I like hallowed more. All right. So, I think we have this very clipped, like. No, Nesme's just going to show up where Galador and Sabriel are staying. Just like fucking march in there, ignoring all these revolutionaries. And just be like, slam into the room, sees the cuddling happening, and he's just like, we need to go.
Yeah, Galador, it's absolutely no hesitation between being off and being on, and Blade's just ready to go.
Get on your dancing shoes, Sabriel.
Yep, Sabriel throws on some shoes, grabs his belt full of mysterious weaponry that are mostly just look like little capsules and jars and stuff.
Right. It's time to do a reunion. And make an unauthorized jump through the portal. I don't know what's going to happen.
I suppose we'll find out.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Cue Ocean's 11 music. Because of who I am as a person.
I'll do my best.
But I just really like the visual of we've just got to get everyone in the right place to pull this off. And we can extrapolate this. I don't think we necessarily need to RP the specifics of it. Unless people really want to. But I don't think that's necessarily what this is about. If that makes sense. It's not what the scene really is.
The question I have is, does Terminus catch wind of this? Do we see some Terminus people there when we're about to do this?
I think so.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, I think we can extrapolate that I feel like there's definitely physical conflict. There's a ruckus. You know, maybe Sabriel's providing one distraction, Galador's providing another distraction, sort of like a two-pronged attack. You know, they're no strangers to using unorthodox means to get what they want. So, you know, if a couple of people get hurt in the process, that's not a big deal. But leaving things open for Vi and Nezumi to do what they need to do.
Yep. I'm here to be loud and distracting. Let's go. Shit, what kind of distraction are we pulling off here?
I mean, is this something to do with, say, like channel spirits and stuff?
Do that pretty easily.
And maybe it's part of also like why it's a distraction specifically for Terminus, who are like, all things end, and just like, hey, weirdos, have you met my ghost pal?
Hey, what's up, friends? Smashes a bunch of bottles containing ghosts that have voluntarily entered into these bottles.
Incredible. Love that.
Yeah, Galador is the physical distraction. Sabriel's the spiritual distraction.
Yep, I was about to say, I don't know that Galador's ever seen Sabriel do this.
I don't think so either, but Galador's professional enough to file that away and be like, we're gonna have a talk about this later.
Yeah, because this is definitely a new thing from the last place, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
The I don't have Galador with me, so I protect myself with the spirits of the dead.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it basically just frees a bunch of poltergeists around and lets them cause havoc.
Yeah. So how do things go at the portal?
I'm about to pull an oracle card because I want to inform this. I have a thought, but also Mac, please feel free to.
Give me your thought, and I'll tell you if I like it better than my thought, which is not exactly a joke, but is just, like, the simplest line drawn between A and B, right? Like,
I really like the idea of it is this interacting with the pool that is alive. And it is something other in, as I said before, a way that makes it kin to Vi, if not like Vi. And I just...
Oh, shit! Sorry, I just realized what the portal is. Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Sick. Can't wait to hear about it. But I like the notion that while this unification does happen, I just love the idea of, like, something happens with this portal and it changes as well, or the portal becomes part of Vi. I basically want there to be, like, a big kickback or something that's either going to distort reality, send her like, it's going to fuck Nezumi up because they're right there. And I just love the idea of this having some serious ramifications. And, like, whether or not the portal is, this is a conversation that happens with Vi and the portal, or whether this is just a reaction that happens, like when you drop fucking, is it potassium into water, and it's like an explosive kind of reaction.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
Do we all get a little bit fucked up?
Oh, yeah, sure. That's fun.
Oh, yeah. So,
Mac,
I know what it is.
What's the portal, Mac? What happens here?
So I told you that Vi was part of a unbreakable oath that was broken, right?
Mm-hmm.
You did say that.
Yeah, this is another one of the vertices.
Nice.
My death was completely unrelated to the unbreakable oath, but it was one of those, like, you can't, not even death can break this sort of things, and somehow it got broken. I don't think I figured out why or how. I don't think it matters why or how, but this portal was at one point one of the entities that I made that oath with, whether that be another person or a god, or I don't know, and I don't really care, but that's what the portal is. So the reunification is extremely anticlimactic.
Good shit.
They literally just have to, they literally just had to be in the same space, and Vi is Vi again, which definitely kickstarts some stuff, because Vi is not dead again. Vi is no longer alive, Vi is no longer a shadow, Vi cannot be seen or like, without, like, directly. But that also attracts the attention of Terminus. But Vi is still, like, we were gonna leave, and Vi goes up to the portal, and is like, oh, and looks at Nezumi, and is like, you might want to go first.
I'm gonna flip a coin.
Good.
I'm gonna use this one that came with this Alleyman set. If I come out, if it's the scored side, Faye goes through first. Does as they're told. Goes through first.
I think the knockback effect can still happen, but,
Are we going somewhere? Are we leaving? Huh?
No, I don't think we are, is my point.
Okay.
I think the knockback effect will still happen if you go through first.
Yeah, I think
but
it's
it
just
won't
sort of
kill
like...
you.
Sorry?
I don't know that would necessarily be the consequence of it, but What Vi is trying to say is, you don't want to be on this side when I go through this. Because it is not going to be pretty. There are still going to be ramifications, but they are going to be less.
Yeah, I think it's like the way water will refract bullets, but only up to a certain point, and maybe Nesme isn't far enough away.
Yeah. Are they? They were coming with us, right? Or are they just distractions?
I mean,
Sabriel and Galador.
No, you know what? It doesn't matter, because Vi feels like Vi owes Galador. And Vi goes and is like, turns around, grabs, like, hold, like shadow twists for, like, the first time in a while, like, is, like, has a full control again. And something snags Galador's wrist. And a voice in Blade's ear says, grab the bishop and run to the portal. Just trust me.
you're the queen, and Galador does what Blade's told.
And once they're probably not far enough in, but they are far enough on the other side that Vi can go through, and it bangs. Whatever happens, I don't know what happens. But I love the idea of the knockback effect fucking us all up.
Hell yeah.
What if the visual is, I blame what I've been watching today for doing this, but the camera, like, Vi goes through the portal, and it's like that visual of when you drop ink into water, is what maybe the camera sees. And the camera just starts pulling back, up and out over the Authority, as members of Terminus are, like, swarming. And we see the portal twist, and, like, there's this pulse that goes out from it and just, like, moves out over Concertus, and everything there shifts as something's happening to reality. And the camera is, like, pulling back, like it's trying to escape this pulse of energy or whatever it is, but the camera can't pull back fast enough and gets caught by whatever this is, and, like, the camera lens cracks and the screen goes black.
Yeah. Perfect.
I've been watching the first couple of episodes of season 3 of The Umbrella Academy today. Having a good time.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. Sorry, that was rude.
I have mixed feelings, but there are aspects I'm enjoying. But regardless.
Yeah.
What happens in Concertas, what happens to this group of people, well, I guess you'll have to tune into the movie.
Yeah, You'll have to catch the movie to find out.
To be continued. Alright. I should probably pull up Time.is again, huh?
We
gotta
need
do
to do
outros.
outros.
Yeah, but, like, while we're doing the outros, I should probably have Time.is open so that when it's ready, when it's time to clap, because by the time it's time to clap, I'll be like, fuck, I don't have Time.is open. Happens every time.
Fair.
Alright, outros time.
Alright. Well, this has been fun. I've been Mac. You can find me on the internet wherever you get good content at Citadel of Swords. If you would like to play this game, you can find it at the Alex, that's TheAleks.itch.io. It is an excellent game. I love it. I want to play it all the time. So please play it. Please buy it, if only to read it, because it's so good. So Jade.
I continue to be Jade on the internet, for most places at Jade Oxford Rose. You can also hear me on Dumb Kids Playing Hero, an Animorphs-inspired actual play podcast, and talking about Animorphs over on the Escafil Files, a book club read-along podcast with our good friend Danielle from The Room Where It Happened. You can find that at Escafil Files on Twitter.
I've been Sam. You can find me on Twitter at SAKalo, and you can find my art and my UX design at www.samkalo.art. And with me also has been August.
Yes, I've been August. You can still find me on Twitter at Harpydora, my games at harpydora.itch.io, the Steven Universe rewatch/watching podcast, Gay Space Rocks over at Gay Space Pod on Twitter.
You can find the podcast on Twitter at FTLcast and at FTLcast.com. If you like the stuff that we do and you want to get episodes early, you can subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/FTLcast. You drop them the Thursday before August?
The Friday before.
Friday before. So you can get episodes the Friday before they come out. What tier is that at? I should know this.
That's $5.
That's at the $5. $1 gets you bloopers and outtakes. $5 gets you early episodes and also our bonus content.
Yep. And if you want to listen to the other podcasts on the Standing Stones Guild that we are part of with the Rumor It Happened podcast, you can find that on Twitter at stones_standing. We have links to all of the podcasts and all of their Twitters, and I should double check the schedule to make sure it's up to date. I think it's still fine, but just to make sure that everything is still fine with the schedule. Yeah, there we go. That's us.
Yay!
Go team.
Woo.
Now we can time
Wow.
.is.
Now we can
Now we can time that is.
Hi, it's August, and I just wanted to thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed us, please consider leaving a rating on your podcast platform of choice, telling your friends about us, or tweeting about us using the FTLcast hashtag. We are also part of a nonprofit podcasting guild called Standing Stones Productions. We do a variety of shows, including The Room Where It Happened and Dumb Kids Playing Hero, 2 actual play shows, and a Steven Universe discussion podcast called Gay Space Rocks. We also do live streams at twitch.tv/standingstonesprod. You can keep up with everything that we do on Twitter at stones_standing. Unfortunately, Standing Stones was already taken. Your support means a lot. Thanks again!